Today I'm going to be doing the Law of Conservation of Matter lab. Please make sure it says you're going to observe and describe the law of conservation of mass, indicators of a chemical reaction, and exo versus endothermic reactions. Make sure you answer the first 5 questions before you do the actual activity. You can pause the video and answer those and then start the video up when you're ready again. So it says obtain all the materials. Number 2, place a temperature probe in the beaker of baking soda, which I have already done, and wait for the temperature to stop. The temperature, as you can see here, please record that temperature of the baking soda into your data table. Okay. It says then our temperature was 21.1 degrees Celsius, so put that in the baking soda. You can see that. Put that number into your data table. Then it says place approximately a 1/4 spoonful of the sodium bicarbonate in the plastic bag, which I have done. Then it says measure out 20 milliliters of the acetic acid in the graduated cylinder, which I did, and then I poured it into the beaker. And then it says take the temperature of the vinegar. So I'm going to do that now. So pause it. So I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to hold it because it's not very steady. And I can see that that is changing. And give it another moment, see if it stabilizes. Number 5 says place all the items into the Ziploc bag on the balance and record the mass in grams. Don't let them touch. Okay, so I'm going to do that in just a moment. Okay, so it's stabilized. We're going to record the acetic acid temperature at 20.9. Okay, now I'm going to pause it for just a moment. I'll be back because I have to use both hands to do this. So I have the majority of the bag. You can see some of the paper, the Ziploc bag is not on it, but the vinegar and the baking soda are both on there, and I got a mass of 45.7. Okay, and then it tells me to seal the bag, getting out as much air as possible. So it's now sealed. I pushed all the air out, and now I'm going to pour the acetic acid into the bag and let the two of them mix. Okay, so mix this around. Not that easy to do with just one hand. Let me see if I can fix this. There it goes. So you can definitely see some bubbles. That was an unexpected volume change. I can hear sizzling. Okay. Uh-oh. There may have been a hole in there. I'm going to try and get it back on here. Okay. So I have 45.2 grams now. And we can definitely see that it's a little bit different than when we started. And you can see that not all the bag is on here. But I also said, oh, I realized that maybe I didn't have the entire thing sealed up. So we can recognize that, but it did get very cold. Okay, so did it demonstrate the law of conservation of mass? Technically it should, because we kept everything in there, but my bag did not inflate as much as I'd hoped to, because I felt that there was still a little air pocket in there. Unfortunately, I thought I did a good job, but I guess I didn't. But now I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to check the temperature for after that reaction. So you can definitely see our temperature is dropping. So think about that. Would that be exothermic or endothermic based on that reaction with the temperature getting cooler? And again, there was some human error here. So our final temperature, given in a moment, human error, that should we have gotten all that mass trapped in there? Absolutely, because the bag was sealed, but maybe not as well as I had hoped. So it should demonstrate the law of conservation of mass. The mass itself may not have matched, but we tried. Okay, and we're going to put our final temperature at 16.0. Okay, so based on that, you're going to want to finish these questions. And it says to count the atoms before and after hand, and we know how to do that. And then does it support the law of conservation of mass? Make sure you answer all these questions, and then when you're finished, submit it. So